If there's anything Playboi Carti is known for, it's his dramatic songs and eccentric personality that borders on satanic aesthetics. So honestly, it's not surprising that his label, Opium, has a dark air to it and features artists such as Homicide Gang, Destroy Lonely, and Ken Carson. I'll be discussing all the symbolism they flaunt in their styles and music. Get ready for an eye-opening look at the satanic truth about Playboi Carti's label. First up, Playboi Carti. Playboi Carti, also known as Jordan Carter, created his label, Opium, in 2019 and announced it on his Instagram. But before the label officially launched, he was name-dropping it in some of his lives where Carti sings Opium in the background. And since then, it's been shrouded in mystery because of the kind of music Carti and his label mates are making. But this was not always so. In the beginning, Carti had a lighthearted style of making music, but something shifted when he released A Whole Lotta Red in 2020. The album art took inspiration from the 70s punk rock outlet Slash magazine, from a cover featuring Dave Vanian. However, the album art and music per se aren't really what I'll focus on. To understand the satanic truth of Opium, I'll have to talk about Playboi Carti himself. I could probably write a full book about the satanic imagery in Playboi Carti's music. But first, we'll go to the beginning, which is when he dropped his merch in December 2020 to support the release of his album. This merch had very potent satanic imagery, from inverted crosses to pictures of a pentagram. It comprised of 16 pieces, including 12 distinct clothing varieties and 4 household products. Among the items are shirts and sweaters adorned with phrases such as Black Leather Devil, and even one featuring an upside-down picture of a decapitated Jesus. As soon as photos of his merchandise were posted online, admirers began commenting on the clothes' satanic aesthetics. One Twitter user even posted this. Obviously, they were poking fun at the satanic imagery of it all. Okay, now, back to Carti's Whole Lotta Red album. This album didn't just shift Carti's sound into something more sinister and dark, and Carti made sure he told us. In his hit song, Metamorphosis, with Kid Cudi, Carti says, "Metamorphosis, metamorphosis, metamorphosis. I had to change my whole swag. I'm on some other." He's clearly telling the audience, you and me, that he had to change his whole vibe and swag. This is in line with the term metamorphosis, which is the process a caterpillar goes through to become a butterfly. But it could be about the painful rituals he had to go through to get to where he is today. He also goes to say, "I'm in the twilight zone, nowhere these niggas." This seems like harmless lyrics of someone boasting that he's big, but the Twilight Zone isn't just another term. The Twilight Zone was a television series that started in 1959 and ran for 5 seasons until 1964. The show was created by Rod Serling and is a mix of science fiction and horror. Now, we all know that horror is a theme that Carti focuses on in his aesthetics and music, but what makes this show so unique is that every episode touches on themes like time travel, parallel universes, human nature, and you guessed it, Satanism, as seen in the episode Escape Clause and the Printer's Devil. So when Carti says I'm in the Twilight Zone, he's telling you exactly where he is. You just have to listen. Metamorphosis focuses on change. Carti sings about how he's in the Twilight Zone, a reference to a dark dimension where every unspeakable thing happens. He even adds that he feels like a god. This seems like a one-off event, but on another song on the Whole Lotta Red album, titled Benno, Carti says, "Fame, I ride with the fire." No one just wakes up and says, "I ride with the fire," except one who literally does. The line is crazier when put into context with the lines before and after, because it really doesn't have much correlation. Got a main and a side, yeah, side. Fame, I ride with the fire. Blow out the brain in the ride, He says that almost like he just wanted to put that in without us noticing. However, it didn't just start there. There have been a lot of satanic vibes in several of his songs. For instance, in one of his older songs, 36 Villains, a girl at the start says, "You be very foolish to not to understand that, because demons are real and people are influenced by bad spirits." And Carti says, "Yeah." In the music video for Meh, Carti also tries to slip in some dark imagery. The music starts easy with Carti kneeling on the floor in front of a black background, singing in his signature style and sound that some call Cartinese, because for the most part, only Carti understands what he's saying. Well, the video is going uneventfully, with Carti singing about people who disrespect him, how rich he is, and how many women he pulls. But then, at exactly the 19-second mark, something happens. You didn't see it? Okay, let me slow it down. You see it now? The music video, which has a greenish hue, immediately changes to a black and white and shows Carti lying in positions that seems like he's dead. He's just lying down in a very weird manner, and you can clearly see the upside-down cross in the pictures. At the 38-second mark, exactly 19 seconds from the beginning of the first, there's more flashes with more picture than the last. Carti is taking on very strange positions and just standing in some, but yet again, Carti's upside down cross jewelry takes center stage. There's nothing outrightly crazy about it, but the way it was slipped in is quite sus and begs the question, what was he hoping to achieve with such hidden satanic imagery? But none of this was as wild as when Playboi Carti showcased his new tattoo with the inscription Satan at the back of his neck. Clearly, there's something going on here, whatever it is. But this isn't the first time. There have been tattoos all over his body with inscriptions such as this one. The picture of the moon, a star, and the head of a goat, which looks a lot like the Baphomet. In case you didn't know, Baphomet has long been one of the symbols of Satanism since the times of the Templars. Truly, anyone who has been following Playboi Carti since 2020 would not be surprised by this at all. His vampire aesthetics and eccentric personality have all been tilting towards the side of Satanism, or at the very least, something dark. Now, it's not just his aesthetics and sound that's been called into question. His music performances are, to put it lightly, downright weird. It can seem almost like a single hive mind with one goal to rave and rage. But as thousands of fans were enjoying the entire vibe, certain Playboi Carti fans weren't.
I don't know if y'all hear that mess behind me that I'm leaving. Something is not right with that. Jesus.
The fan goes on to call the concert negative and demonic. She felt something wasn't right and left. Then there's something Playboi Carti's music does to people. This isn't unlike what massive stars like Michael Jackson or Beyonce's music do to people, but there's something different about it. Just watch this video. From the upside down crosses to the entire vibe of Playboi Carti's concert, there's something larger at play. What that thing is would have been left to the imagination. Destroy Lonely. The next person I'll talk about is another eccentric personality in Opium called Destroy Lonely. Destroy Lonely has Lord tattooed on him and upside down crosses. Much like his label boss, Destroy Lonely also adorned an upside down cross as part of his hairstyle at some point and wears an upside down necklace too. Now, on its own, this may not be a big deal, but when you consider the fact that Playboi Carti apparently called Destroy Lonely personally, it's clear that there's a pattern here. Destroy Lonely's lyrics, just like Carti's, also aren't devoid of subliminal satanic messages. But what's crazy is that his album, No Stylist, almost follows the same blueprint as that of Carti's Whole Lotta Red. The first song draws a direct parallel with Carti's Metamorphosis. The song titled Jet Lag, Destroy Lonely starts with someone in the background literally saying, Underworld. Then, Destroy Lonely says, Damn, I done switched up my swag. I done hopped in my bag. Sounds familiar to Carti's lyrics. I had to change my whole swag. I'm on some other This lyric from Destroy Lonely is a clear message that now he's joined the underworld and is involved in whatever dark stuff Carti talked about on his own album. Destroy Lonely also says, Damn, my bro prayed to his pistol. Yeah, that's his Jesus piece. Damn, my life get reckless. My grandma like, Jesus please. Cool wordplay. But in these lyrics, Destroy Lonely glorifies the use of guns and violence, which are perceived as symbols of strength and control in a society that values domination. The phrase Jesus piece describes how his friend views his pistol as a deity that provides him with authority and protection, similar to how other religions wear religious symbols as a way of feeling safeguarded. Also, when Destroy Lonely's behavior causes concern for his grandmother, she turns to prayer. In these lyrics, he is subtly critiquing conventional religious beliefs. These beliefs are portrayed as feeble and inadequate in the face of the genuine power of violence and dominance. The interpretation of Satanism as a more effective and potent alternative to traditional religion, which values power, strength, and self-determination, is presented. Also at the beginning as his Bergdorf song, a person saying Underworld can also be heard very faintly. Later in the song, he says, I stay with my bloods. I'm a vampire. Whoa. The lyrics here are a celebration of the dark and dangerous aspects of human nature. This aligns with the principles of satanic culture, which celebrate individualism and encourage the pursuit of personal desires. You're probably wondering, what? Bloods is a gang. You would be right, but many people think that it's just a cover-up so he can boast about his satanic affiliations openly. They believe that the use of the term bloods can actually be a nod to the concept of blood sacrifice, which is an important element of many satanic rituals. This reference reinforces the notion that Carti is embracing the darker side of human nature in his lyrics. Furthermore, the line I'm a vampire is a representation of the satanic belief that individuals possess the power to attain supernatural strength and immortality through their own efforts. The rapper's portrayal of himself as an immortal being who feeds on the life force of others adds to this idea. and with Destroy Lonely also literally saying, "We got money coming in, getting Illuminati paper." In his song On the Table, there's no denying something is very dark and satanic about the opium label. You should note, Playboi Carti also sees himself as a vampire king, and even named his tour King Vamp Tour, and dressed as a vampire in it. This is clearly the vibe of the entire opium gang. Destroy Lonely's videos have a very creepy vibe, but this is to be expected, seeing his connection to Playboi Carti. In a music video of his, Never Ever /Fake, there are a lot of subliminal borderline satanic images. Here, you can see not 1 or 2 or 3 upside down crosses, but 4. But that's not all. At this point, you can see Destroy Lonely seeing a man in black, but when he cleans his eye, the eerie man in black disappears. Later in the video, there's blood in the snow and a bloodied axe. It happens so quickly that you can miss it. It's not wild for musicians to tell you what they did or didn't do with the symbolism in their music videos. All you have to do is know where to look. Next, Ken Carson. The satanic imagery in opium is no isolated event. Yet another label artist, Ken Carson, has satanic imagery surrounding his music. Here's a look at Ken Carson's music video, Run and Ran. At first, the video looks like just a song about drugs and parties till an upside down cross is shown. But that's just the beginning, because this music video is about to go really dark. When Ken Carson goes to the bathroom, the water turns red, and the entire vibe of the music video changes to this pseudo-demonic trippy hellscape with a lot of disturbing images, and you can even hear chants in the background if you listen closely. At some point, Ken Carson's face turns into a skull, with the people at the party dancing as if possessed. Just like with a lot of Playboi Carti's music and Destroy Lonely, there's a lot of satanic imagery here too, clearly a pattern with opium artists. Ken Carson also has a music video with his opium label mate, Destroy Lonely, titled MDMA, and the music video is full of very subtle hints of satanic imagery, just like a lot of Playboi Carti's music. The music starts out easily with the moon panning out to both Destroy Lonely and Ken Carson in the forest just standing, but there are also 2 people in front of them. Take note of that. As the video progresses, at certain points, satanic imagery is slipped in so fast that it just seems like flashes. Just like here. Oh, you didn't see it? Hold up. Let me run it back. You see it? At this point, you can see the likeness of an actual beast, but it doesn't just stop there. It continues. Dark imagery is put into the music video subliminally so you don't even notice. Like at this moment in the song, Ken Carson does the Illuminati sign over his eye, and immediately the video starts showing what looks like burning altars and someone burning. It's so fast that you have to look at it frame by frame to catch it. Again, throwing symbolism for satanic rituals right in our faces. In certain types of Satanism, burning altars can be viewed as a way of making a ritualistic sacrifice or offering to Satan or other demonic entities. This act can symbolize embracing darkness and chaos. But again, it doesn't just stop there. As Ken Carson and Destroy Lonely are vibing, the video immediately shows an eye for less than a second. It's so fast, but it's there. See the eye again? Alone, it's just an eye. But when taken in context with the other images in the song, the eye is consistent with certain satanic symbols of the all-seeing eye connected to the Illuminati. Finally, at the end of the video, the 2 people, a girl and a boy, we see at the beginning appear again, but we see their faces this time. As their faces are shown, we see their eyes. The girl's eyes are pale blue, almost like she's been possessed. And the boy's eyes, one dark as a void, and the other white as snow, like he's trying to enchant someone. Next, Homicide Gang. Homicide Gang is not left out either. In their song Life, you can see one of them wearing an upside down cross. The duo has a host of satanic merch out. This one has the inscription Free Problem, Free Demon on it with, you guessed it, an upside down cross. So you may be wondering what the fuss is about the upside down cross and what it stands for. Well, that's what I'm here to tell you. The upside down cross exists because that's what St. Peter wanted to be crucified in, because he believed he wasn't worthy of being crucified on a normal cross like Jesus. After a while, it became the official symbol for the Pope, Peter's successor, and was even known as St. Peter's Cross. However, for some groups, the inverted cross was used to oppose or mock Christianity, or to turn it upside down. The inverted cross gained popularity among followers of Levian Satanism and the Church of Satan, as well as fans of metal nihilism and alternative Nietzschean philosophy, such as Marilyn Manson enthusiasts. As time went by, the inverted cross apparel was even available for purchase at nearby Hot Topic stores, partly due to the rise of goth culture. So it could mean two things. However, what do you think it means for someone who tattoos Satan on their body? Any true Hollywood person would tell you the industry is dark and quite literally cutthroat. So it's no surprise that someone as successful as Playboi Carti may have had to make some sacrifices to get to where he is. The normal sacrifices one would expect would include hours in the studio, writing, recording, producing, and training for actual performances. However, what you wouldn't expect is this.
Dude off. Then he sucked the other dude off. Then he sucked the other dude off. Now they Vaseline him up and pop him. And you probably saying, that's the way that goes.
This is allegedly the voice of Yash Quara. Yash goes on to say that they videoed Carti while he was performing the act. The reason for videoing him was supposed to be for leverage, so he can't go against them. This is done by the higher ups in the music business. Now this is all speculation since these claims haven't been validated and are all hearsay, but it does point to a smokescreen in Hollywood full of a lot of dark stuff going on. Lil Uzi Vert. Even musicians that Playboi Carti hangs out with also have an air of Satanism around them. A very good example is Lil Uzi Vert. First of all, Lil Uzi Vert's name is a play on the word Lucifer. Try saying Lil Uzi Vert side by side with Lucifer and see what I'm saying. Also, Lil Uzi Vert is a big fan of Marilyn Manson, one of the most notable Satanists in America. Heck, Marilyn Manson even posted Lil Uzi Vert on Instagram captioning it Lucifer Rising. As if that's not enough, in some music videos, Lil Uzi Vert can be seen wearing a bedazzled necklace with Marilyn Manson's face. In another instance, after Offset called Lil Uzi Vert out for all their weird satanic aesthetics, in response, Lil Uzi Vert posted a picture on Instagram that was a self-drawing with an upside-down cross on his head with 666 below his head and tagged Offset in the picture. To say Lil Uzi Vert is an eccentric personality would be the understatement of the century. There was a time they embedded a pink diamond in their forehead. Take a look at this photo and tell me the vibe you get. The gemstone looks suspiciously like the all-seeing eye, which has long been linked to the Illuminati and Freemasons. Lil Uzi Vert's Rolling Loud performance in 2023 was one for the books. Dressed in red spiked hair with different colored lenses, with a belt that had the Star of David, which has of course been linked to Satanism. During the performance, Lil Uzi Vert says, "I make a city girl believe in Satan." The city girl in question they're talking about is JT, one half of the City Girl duo. Before this performance, he posted a peculiar picture with Playboi Carti that honestly proves what everybody has been thinking for so long. In this picture, Lil Uzi Vert wrote, "Me and my love about to take over the world." In the picture, you can see an upside down cross with the picture of the devil and two children under the devil with Insta tags of Playboi Carti and Lil Uzi Vert. The tags were basically calling both Playboi Carti and Lil Uzi Vert children of Satan. It really doesn't get any more blatant than that. One thing about Lil Uzi Vert is that, unlike opium label artists whose satanic imagery in their music videos is a bit subtle, Lil Uzi isn't at all. I mean, they quite literally have a song called 444 plus 222. By simple math standards, this equals to 666. So Uzi's just letting y'all know. Take his 2022 music video, Demon High. They're not even trying to hide it at all from the song name. The video starts with Uzi coming out of a bus with several dark symbols on it. The entire video is full of these symbols, such as inverted crosses, Star of David, and pentagrams in the hallway. Honestly, the entire vibe of the video is just creepy and quite satanic. There's much to be said about the satanic imagery that Playboi Carti and his opium label mates flaunt. Are they worshiping the devil? Or is it just aesthetics? I mean, rap has long been experimenting with blasphemy, demonic themes, and horror film-inspired subject matter. The horrorcore subgenre has had a long history in rap music. It actually didn't start with Playboi Carti. Still, it makes you think, what's really the dark truth behind the opium label? Thanks for watching. Click on the videos on your screen for more similar content.